Thanks for staying with us. Edike is an education, financing, and technology solution designed primarily to provide school fees financing to parents, guardians, and with wards in primary and secondary schools in Nigeria. Joining us to discuss more about this is the Chief Operating Officer of Edike Africa, that's Mr. Babajide Olusesi. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So tell us give us an overview exactly of what Edike's mission is.
Like you just said, our mission really is to improve access to quality education. And we're doing that in two ways, by providing financing and technology to schools and to students to improve that access. The way we do that primarily is by providing tuition financing for parents who have kids in schools from primary all the way to university. All right? And beyond that, we also partner with schools and with other technology companies to ensure that we're getting education to the right, to people where they are in the most financially, easy way possible.
What inspired the creation of Edike, and what gap in the market does it aim to address? Is it local financing of schools or, the Joba Japa thing?
Thank you, Nima. So what inspired the creation of Edike essentially is the world around us. I mean, as you're aware, things have gone from, pricing of things has gone haywire. Price that we buy fuel, that we buy groceries, education isn't left out. So what inspired this really was, we thought, how do we help parents? How do we help students stay in school? So what we thought about was, and there are different classes of people in society when it comes to this. There are the guys who are able to fund it, but they have cash flow shortfalls here and there. And there are the guys who are indigent, who, cannot necessarily afford. So what we're doing is figuring out how to serve those two different contingents in the best way possible. So for the first class of people that I described, what we do is help them finance tuition at where they pay us over an extended period. So rather than having to pay at once, we give you the opportunity to spread that across a number of months, making it a lot more easier for you to keep your kids in school. On the other hand, for the indigent, what we also do is try to provide scholarships, grants, and also provide them technology resources that help them, get some form of education so that they're not completely left behind.
That's great.
So what's the maximum amount of tuition financing that parents can get access to from Edike?
Thank you, Miriam. Right now, there's no maximum. We've seen quite a bunch of requests from the 100,000s to the millions. What we really try to determine is the affordability for the person who's applying, right? So when you apply for tuition financing, we ask for a few details that help us assess, your credit carrying capacity, your ability to repay. Once we assess all of those and you qualify for the amount you're asking for, we're very happy to oblige.
Yeah, so does Edike collaborate with educational institutions, and who does it benefit at the end of the day?
Absolutely we do. So the one part I've left out of this speaking is we also collaborate with schools, right? So part of what we do for schools as well is provide funding and technology. Now, as you're aware, financing is difficult to come by. So what we do for schools is, if you come on board on our program, we try to project what sort of revenues you would receive based on the number of students you have and all of that. So if you can project appropriately, we give you funding ahead of receipts of those school fees. So for a school, for example, that has maybe 100 students, maybe they take 5K from them every term. Based on that, we're able to give you a portion of that expected revenue so that you can smooth out your operations. Beyond that as well, we also try to provide technology that assists them to improve the quality of education that they are giving to the students. That
tablets?
Well, maybe not tablets, but the technology itself. So applications.
Okay.
One of the we're partnered with Google. They have a partner in Nigeria that we partner with, and they provide some services that enable kids learn outside the classroom. As we know, education doesn't happen again only in the four walls. So our aim is to ensure that as much as possible, we're getting education to people where they need it, not necessarily only in the classrooms.
Do you collaborate with companies also and institutions in support of this? Do you have?
Absolutely. So in some cases, some institutions have brought us on as partners in terms of for employee benefits, right? So maybe they have staff who have kids in school and may require some funding. So we go in there and then, help them provide financing for those people who require it. But beyond that as well, we also partner with individuals. So for example, I assume that you ladies also maybe do some charity here and there. say you have a fund that you want to apply for education purposes, we're able to help you manage that, get the funds in the hands of the people who require it, and if you do require, get it back as well, so that so sort of an endowment fund. So maybe you have 100 million naira you want to apply for education, we give it to people, take it back, and then of course keep.
Are you a bank?
Not necessarily, no.
Another bank.
We're not a bank. We're a technology and finance company.
So I'm worried.
Okay.
I'm worried about how your subscribers, this Nigeria thing, all these loan sharks now, this is how they give money, but Nigerians don't pay back. So how do you pick your subscribers? How is the selection and eligibility?
Great question, thank you. So, I mean, and that's a problem for every financier, every lender, the problem of having to collect money back. So we have a simple but rigorous process that we use to assess. So when you get on board, when you try to apply, the first thing you do is download the app, which is available on the Google Play Store and the App Store. We provided some details that include your bank statement, your BVN. So we're able to first assess how creditworthy you are as a person. We have algorithms that help us determine how much leverage you currently have, what your spending patterns look like. I mean, it's not a foolproof system, but that enables us to keep out, the people who have the larger propensities not to pay.
So, I think my question is really what sets you apart from other education financing setup like yours, and what's unique about you as well? Although you've mentioned some, but would you like to give us like a comparison?
Absolutely. So for most education financing companies, all that they provide is financing. Now, for us, we go beyond the remit of just providing financing. We provide the financing and technology that enables people to get education. Now, it's one thing to give people money to go to school. It's a different thing to follow through with resources that help them learn and help them, assimilate. So that's what we do. And beyond just financing, the parents or the schools, we also, do some social impact work in what we do. We're giving back scholarships and all of those things that enable access to education.
Okay. So if anybody wants to subscribe, maybe like a school or individuals, how do they get in contact with you?
For individuals, it's pretty simple. On the App Store and the Google Play Store and the App Store, you can download our apps. We're also on social media, edike.africa. For businesses, our website, www.edike.africa. Reach out to us from there, and then we take on whatever conversations, whatever collaborations you intend to bring our way.
Good. And so, is anything else we've missed out so far? Because it seems like this is you've created a business around people's needs, which is a lot of people are sending children abroad, and many people have issues with financing this education. Is there anything else we've not touched on what you do?
I think we've touched on pretty much everything, but I'd like to state that, there are different segments of people who can enjoy the services that we provide, from parents who want to get tuition for their kids. Kids also get access to technology and apps that help them learn. The schools get access to financing and technology as well. But beyond that, we're also able to bring other stakeholders into the mix. So like I said, individuals who want to help finance some kids, or companies who want to do that can also partner with us. So putting all the stakeholders within the education system into account.
Let me ask you, in case of demise, maybe a father who was paying using your facility and the child is trying to get his money, do you have plans for just in case the funder is not available? Is there something that you use to support the person, or that is based on the ability to pay every time?
Yes, so typically it's based on ability to pay.
Yeah.
For us right now, it's important that we keep that flow going. We put out funds, it's important that we get it back so that we can continue that cycle. However, if somebody were to die whilst they have a facility running with us, we have systems in place to ensure that we don't have any recourse to the family. We're able to take care of ourselves.
I thought the question was,
if
somebody wanted to create an education fund, for instance, and like
a trust.
A trust.
Yes.
can you handle that so
Absolutely.
that when the person passes on?
Absolutely.
Sure,
To administer the trust on the behalf.
Yes.
Absolutely, we're able to do that.
Okay, that's all we can take. Thank you so much, Mr. Lucius, for joining us this morning.
Very much.
And wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we move on to our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.